Oh, I'm sorry, man. I must hit the mute button. Just playing the game in complete silence. Oh, that would be you messaging me. I'm sorry. I was trying to focus on the game. Thanks, man. Lifesaver. My apologies. I must have bumped the mute button before. Pro Streamer 101. My apologies to the developer. Well, you just replay the last hour is me just getting smoked, so you probably didn't miss much. But yeah, I will play a bit extra because I know that probably not great to see. How do you dodge that? How do you dodge that? It's half the screen of missiles. There's no dash in this game. Like, what do I do? I can't shoot the missiles. I don't have a vertical attack. Bro. Okay, I'm gonna have a check the replay and see how long I was playing silent. See, that's the problem when your streams are really quiet and there's no one in the chat. I have no idea. And I can't check Discord in the middle of the stream either if you're trying to message me. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. See, I was getting like the chat was going off, and I'm like, oh, I can't check Discord in the middle of this. Oh, okay. I don't know. It'll probably just be one of the developers maybe pinging me. Probably the developer of this pinging me, telling me the your sound's gone. Unless I have some sort of Discord plugin, I'm sure I could look into that. I don't often get enough activity on my streams to be worried about it until recently. Because like most of the views on my streams come from replays. Like I get like a fair few, like I'll get a lot of replays on the stream. Like maybe I think the one had like about 3,000 views, so the yeah, it's mainly replays. Like live streams, and it's probably because I know that like being in Australia, I don't get as much. Like this time frame isn't great, but I don't have much of a choice. It's the only time I can stream. So it's either this or nothing. Okay, I'm gonna try and shoot these missiles. No, okay. So now we know the missiles can't be shot. They can't. I can't dodge them. I can't shoot them. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, there's no dash. I've checked every, like, if I go to the controls, like, I'm gonna, I was looking at this earlier. Options, right? How to play. I've read all this. There's no dash in the game, and there's no, like, there's no shield. Or at least a way to make yourself invincible, unless you pick a certain type of craft, which I don't have. So CRT mode, we've tried that. Rapid fire charge shot. There's no dash, unfortunately, which sucks. So I don't know how to dodge those missiles. Unless I charge shot the missiles. Maybe that's. I'll try that. That's about all I can do. Tried everything else. I wish you could drop chaff or something to stop him from hitting you. Yeah, I don't know if you're talking about checking if the audio's on, Lukey. I don't know how you do that. I mean, other than me going to my own stream every couple of minutes. Okay, there's no point trying to dodge Shooty's missiles down because I can't do it. We've established that. So I'm going to try and use a charge shot to destroy them. Okay, charge shot doesn't work either. So nothing works. There's no way to get around the missiles, which is great. Like, I have no way of dodging them. I wonder if I'm curious if the game is a bit easy to play in this mode. It does hurt my eyes though. But like I said, I'm glad they included this, don't get me wrong, but I'm just curious whether it makes it a bit easier to play in this mode. I like the chiptune music. Oh, see? Look, I dodged like 90% of them. And that one missile, like, you can't, it's half the screen. It's half the damn screen. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I've got an arcade machine. My wife got it for me last Christmas, and it's been a really popular fixture in the house. I use it all the time, and a lot of when the kids bring their friends over, they use it. I've played all the R-Type games, and while I think this is a nice homage to the original R-Type, I feel like the difficulty feels like the original was hard, but this kind of feels hard for mechanical reasons rather than real difficulty. And I'm saying this as someone like I know I'm no pro. I haven't played. I'm not like I'm not a veteran of these games, but I have finished R-Type and R-Type on the NES, right? And I played the R-Type game, or the arcade game as well. And look at that. That is half of the screen, 50% of the screen filled with missiles. And they move at a speed that is impossible to dodge. And I've already, like, you might say, well, you just use your pod on your ship. I can't detach the pod when it's on the back of the ship. It takes too long. The other thing too, I don't like the way that the pod, you have to shoot the pod off. You can't just move the pod from the front to the back of your ship like this, detach it and then reattach it. I'm really not a big fan of that. I should just be able to press a button and the pod moves from the front to the back. I mean, every other space shooter does this. I just don't understand why it does that. Because then it will sit there forever. I can't use it now. I just have to try and do a frantic run to pick the damn thing up. So it makes me very reluctant to use the detachment method, because it's just too dangerous and too much of a risk to detach it from the ship. I can't hit it with a super shot either to detonate the missiles, so I don't know how I'm going to beat this guy. Like, I just don't. I have no idea. Oh, I have to get the shot timing down perfect. Okay. You have like half a second. You almost have to preempt when he's going to fire. Maybe it's just frustration I'm saying it, but that... I think it was frustration a bit, to be fair. I did it, though. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, I stand by what I said about this. Like, shooting that pod off, it feels unnecessary, and it makes the game artificially hard. Because the pod, the main advantage of the pod is that it protects you, right? You use it to block shots from the front or the back. But because I have no way of swapping easily between front and back, I just never use it because it's too unreliable. I mean, look at this. This would be the time you want to swap to the back of the ship. There's no way in hell I'm going to do it because I have to shoot the damn pod off and then just hope that I manage to attach it in time. It fires off and it just floats around the screen, completely useless to me. I don't know. In terms of a design decision, I find it a little baffling, to be honest. Anyway, rant over. Look, I know this game's meant to be hard, but I one of my favorite games is Andro Junos. So Andrew Junos, I did a review on it. I got it for the PlayStation. Really liked the game, don't get me wrong. Absolutely loved it. I'm actually going to reattach this on the back of the ship so I can at least... Okay. So I can at least fire at enemies behind me, because at the moment I can't right now. And so look now, I just want to attach this on the back of the ship. Good luck. And then for some reason now it's not firing anything. Maybe I need to pick up another weapon pod. I'm stuffed, I can't do anything. So the pod by default doesn't have a weapon on it, which is again another design decision. Like, it's kind of just a high-tech shield, right? It's just there to ram stuff. And even when you hit stuff, it's a bit weird. Sometimes it shields you and sometimes it doesn't. It's completely random. Okay. Like, I do like this game, but they've got some really, really baffling design decisions which I'm struggling to understand. Like, look at this. Now when it's attached on my ship, but by default it doesn't do anything. So now it's pretty much an expensive... Look, if I pick that up, no, it's not firing. Not sure why. Maybe I need more upgrades. I have no idea. Now I'm stuffed. I've got nothing to... Oh. Oh, that was the right time. I needed those. Oh. This game does not mess around. I'm getting better at this though. All complaints aside, like I'm doing savage at this now. I was supposed to... Okay, I was supposed to hang back the back of the screen. Okay, that's all right. We made it a bit further. Okay, say what you want. I may suck at this game, but I am getting better slowly. It's taken a while, but getting there. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, go! Oh. Okay, finally some firepower. Oh, it's in behind me. See, I can't reverse it. Now I'm stuffed. I can't get it behind my ship. If there was a button just to make the pod go into the back of the ship. Because now I'm stuffed. I can't, I have to fling this stupid pod ahead of me, and then somehow, if you're in a tight passage, good luck. You're never going to be able to pull it off. So now I know by default I need to have this on the back of the ship. But if I detach this thing, it's gone. There's no way I can't do anything about it. So it's just a bit annoying, that's all. Nope. Down you go, son. Down you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, this game is going to kick you in the short and curlies. And like I said, I like it, but they're just the thing with the pod and some of the way the design works, it's really annoying. Like, I don't like just have a button to make the pod move from the front to the back of your ship. Why do you have to shoot it off and then run after it and chase it in the middle of a firefight? I find that very baffling. I don't know why they chose that. Oh, that's a lot of acid. Oh, let's go! Let's go, baby! Get wrecked, son! Let's go! We're out! We're out! Woo! Oh, see, again, in that instance, if I had a button to pull the pod from the rear to the front of the ship without having to do this stupid dance of having it fly around everywhere, I could have done that easily. So that's what I mean. Like, a lot of the difficulty in the game is around the mechanics. It's not the actual challenge of the game. Like, this pod, like, just make it go on the front of the ship. And also the weapons too. Like, your super beam's really good, but it takes so long to charge. Are they what I think they are? Am I going to get banned off Twitch just for playing this game? Okay, I have to hit it with a super beam. Oh, see, I was stuffed then. There was like... the whole screen was full. You watch, someone's gonna get me cancelled. See, now that thing's gotten stuck, I can't get to it. There we go, finally. I remember being taught education of the biological variety, and I can guarantee it wasn't from a video game. I mean, certainly a novel way to approach education. I don't know, I really like this game. It's a lot of fun, but some of the design decisions are quite baffling. That's all I'm saying. Oh my god, that was easy! That was so easy! I'm gonna share how I did it. So I have this technique that I use for bullet hell games called fuzzy eye. And you might wonder what the hell that is. I deliberately make myself cross-eyed, and then I can focus on the screen really easily. But it hurts my eyes to do it, and I can only do it for a few seconds at a time. So when all of the projectiles were coming and there was too many to focus on, I forced myself to go cross-eyed, and then I could. Then that boss fight became easy. But now my eyes hurt and I can't do it again. Oh! That is a lot of projectiles. I need that upgrade. Let's go, baby. Yeah, boy. See, because I can't swap from the front to the back of the ship, most of the enemies I just have to let them go. I can't fight them. If I could just press square and then just have the pod move to the back of the ship, problem solved. Again, I can't move the pod to the back of the ship. I have to detach it, and then it flies off and buggers around flying in the air. It's completely useless. So I do this, and I'm like, oh great, the pod, like, I'll never be able to get it now. Look at it. It's gone. It's in the wind. That's it. Yeah, destroyed. Oh no, there we go, finally. Okay, I'm killing these things. There we go. Yeah, now I'm getting the hang of this now. Yeah, boy. Let's go, son. Look, an extra life. Oh no, I hate these upgrades. This is not the weapon I wanted. Please tell me I hit a... Oh, yep, I hit a checkpoint. We good, baby. Let's go, son. Yep, I can't attach it to the back of the ship. I'm stuffed now, see? Because what happened was I fired it forward. You have to shoot the pod forward, and then you have to, like, quickly fly in front of it, and then attach it to your back of the ship like a ghetto tow truck. That's what I'm going to call this thing, ghetto tow truck. That's what this is. It's the ratchet tow truck. There, see? And I mean that wouldn't be a problem if I wasn't in these tiny packed corridors where I've got millimeters to move. And that's just not fair. I had no way of fight, like, the enemies jumping down at me from above when I don't have a weapon that can shoot at them. Okay, that was a little bit cheap, but I'll take it. I was just using the pod as a battering ram. Oh, finally I can fight. See, the problem is I have to move at a speed that is dangerously fast. So I can't be precise, so I'm going to run into walls. See, again, like, enemies block me from being able to get the damn pod. Which wouldn't be a problem if once I attach the pod, it just has a cable that connects to the ship. It's like engineering 101. You know what would be really cool? If we could fire the shield that keeps the ship alive, just have it fly off the ship. Why? Oh, well, it'd look really cool. And then will we have any defenses? Oh, no. No, but it'd look awesome as our only means of defense just went flying off into space with no way to get it back. What could possibly go wrong? But it'll look good. It'll look great. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Is it the camera better shift or... Oh, there we go. I think I'm kind of past the frustrated part and I'm just having a bit of a laugh. I do like this game. I'm not trying to poo-poo on it, but it has some really strange decisions. And a lot of the weapons and the design of the ship, they're kind of uniform for these kind of games. If you've ever played Android Junos, which I think is kind of the gold standard for space fighting games, a lot of the stuff I say in here that's kind of missing is kind of present in other games. It's not a big deal. I think it probably comes down to personal preference, and I think part of it, to be fair, is due to, you know, I'm not an elite player at this game. So I'm not trying to tear it apart, but it is a little annoying. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the replay and cut out all this section where I was mute. Again, I can't move the pod to the back of the ship, so I had no choice but to plow into the wall. Okay, let's just chill out down here, because I know they're going to start dropping from the sky on my head. Also, the thing that I'm really surprised about is that you don't have any sort of super bomb that you can use on the screen. Every single one of these games has a has some sort of super weapon. And I know I've got this laser beam, but I'm talking about, 1943, or I mentioned Android Junos already. The Super Space Fighter Macross. Every single one of these games has some sort of super weapon. The weapon selection in this game is a little narrow. You've got a couple of different lasers and a pod you attach to your ship, and that's it really. It's not like I was hoping for a little bit more variety. Also, a bit more range in the different ships you get. I know that there is the ability to pick different ships. I just meant like more. Okay, just have to skip past those guys. Okay, I have no idea what these things are. Maybe they're like a shield. Oh, I can use them as a shield. Nice. Okay, good to know. Oh, I can break these units, because I'm absolutely going to need to, because I have no... I wanted to get to that weapon, but he C-blocked me. Anyway. It is a super frustrating game at times, but I can't deny how much fun it is. So it might seem like I'm kind of giving this game a hard time, but it is like when you have, you know, everything kind of in a row and everything's working really well, this game's is you can't deny how much fun it is. Okay, I can't do anything. I gotta move here. Oh god. I've got nowhere to go. I've got nowhere to bloody go. Oh, how did I do that? How did I do that? I've got to get out of here. Oh my god, that was amazing. Let's go, son. Let's go. Whoa! Okay, this game's starting to grow on me. It took an hour, but it's starting to grow on me. I think I'm going to be up against a boss. Wait, okay. I think I'm supposed to hit him. He's on the wrong side of the screen. Bro, how do I shoot him when he's on the left-hand side of the screen? I don't have a pod. Bloody hell, there's a long time between checkpoints in this game too. I can't deny it's starting to grow on me, this game though. I think I just had to play a little longer. Yeah. I think a lot of what I said is still valid, but I must admit, despite the game's shortcomings, it is starting to grow on me. Starting to grow on me. I mean, visually this game looks really nice. They got the graphics down pat. And like I said, I think it's just about some of the design decisions. Oh, I was stuck. I couldn't... That little tiny orb that was in my way, I couldn't get it. I'm going to try and finish this level. I've got one more game I wanted to show you. As much as I want to keep playing this game to get to the point where I'm more pro at it, I got one more shooter game. We're in the shooter vibe now, so I'm hoping I'm going to be a little bit better at the next game than I am at this one. I am. The next game is actually a bit more my jam. But like I said, this game is starting to grow on me. It is starting to grow on me. Oh, see what I mean? You can't destroy some of those nodes. Those shields don't destroy some of the nodes. I'm just going to rush through. Oh, I'm starting to get sore hands from this. So probably playing with a controller on the PC. I've got to turn the DualShock rumble off on this too. Like it's violently shaking, and that's why my hands are starting to hurt. It's like every single time I fire the gun, it's going off. It's kind of like I know that it is a PlayStation controller, so it's probably not. I'm not saying it's the developers of this game. It's just a general thing with using a console controller on the PC. Some games support chill shock, and oh bloody hell, some don't. Dying, dying, dying. I feel like I needed to play this game for like 50, 60 hours before I even tried to stream it. I played the first level and I was like struggling at it. I'm like, I think this is probably the best I'm gonna get without a significant time investment. I was trying to do this in a timely way too, because the game is releasing on I don't know about console, but it's releasing on Steam, so I was like, I wanted to try and at least do it in the same week it releases on Steam. Like I said, my curse is that sometimes I just... too many games, too little time. Okay, I'm moving this time because I got stuck in there. Yeah, that guy keeps pinning me, so... I'm just gonna chill out here. Oh, bloody hell. I still don't have a drone, so I don't know how I'm going to fight this guy. I can't shoot behind my ship, so... I'm probably going to end up getting smoked again. And also, why have we not got a checkpoint at the boss? Look at this. So I'm back. That's another thing. Like, some of the bosses in this game, even though they're, I suppose, a mini-boss, the game doesn't checkpoint you. So every single time you fight the boss, you have to do the whole level again, or at least not the whole level, but a significant chunk of it. I've done this one section about what, 20 times now. Yeah, if you're gonna have a boss fight, please put a damn checkpoint. Because I'm just playing the same section of level over and over and over again. Even my voice is deciding to quit on me tonight. Even just to rotate your ship left and right. I know that's something that's not common in many games, but because they decided to not make the pod available and to make it so I can't shoot behind my ship, if they're going to do that, then at least allow me to rotate the ship so I can shoot the other side. And having a boss set up on the wrong side of the level where I can't hit him by default, that's just diabolical. Because if you don't have a pod, it's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't beat him. I don't know how I'm going to fight him. Like, I can't... Of the other level, I was able to use my super attack, but now I can't. Oops, I missed the shield. That was probably for the best. I needed the shield. I do like this game. It's just some of the decisions they made, and yeah, the mechanics around the detachable pod. Yeah, I'm not a fan. The controls, like, apart from that one issue, are actually pretty tight. Like, I've got no complaints about that. Okay, we're gonna get out of there. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, pod. Thank God. And of course it's stuck. Look at it. That there. Screenshot that. That is the very definition of why they need to change the pod mechanics. That pod completely stuck. If it didn't respawn, I'm done. I'm stuffed. So I've got no... also, the pod has doesn't have an upgrade. I can't fire it behind me. Like yeah, I can't fight it. It's on the wrong side of the ship. Like, tell me what I'm doing wrong, developer, please. Even with the pod, I've got no hope. Like, I can't fire behind my ship, and I can't get underneath the spider. That was the other obvious thing you need to do. Try and get underneath it so you can shoot it from underneath, but like, why have a boss that 90% of the time is on the wrong side of your ship? I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. I want to try and at least beat this boss, but I don't think I can. I don't know. I don't think anyone can. Just due to positioning. I like a challenge as much as the next person, but this feels artificial. The challenge feels artificial. It's not because the game is challenging. It's because the game has some design decisions that don't make sense. Ironically, I think the devs are either going to go... There's going to be two types of response to this. It's going to be devs going to be like, yeah, you know, you made some fair points. Or it's going to be, you are banned from ever covering another game for us again. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Because that's usually how these things go for me. Sorry, I'm gonna mute Discord. I don't know why it's gone out of streamer mode, but oh, it is muted. Why is it firing off still? Okay, I'm just gonna close it. There we go. I usually leave it open if anyone wants to chat to me during my streams, but there we go. Again, I can't put the pod behind me because, look, see? It bounces off the wall. I want to put it on the back of the ship. I can't. Good luck. Can't do it. See, I can't get a bloody firing angle. I can't get a firing angle on it. And if you get the pod and you shoot it ahead of you, it hits the wall and it comes flying back at you. So you can't detach it and then reattach it. I don't know. I've played a lot of these. I've got an arcade machine with a few hundred of these type games. So when I see stuff like this, I'm just like, why? Like these games have been out for 20 or 30 years. Like, why? I know changing things up is good and all, but it's just such a simple thing to do, and they messed it up. Yeah. I'm sure, look, that's my opinion. I'm sure some people will think that's fine as a design decision, but I just can't. I just don't understand why. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Oh, yes, finally. That's what I was trying to get. Okay, now we've got a chance. I've actually got a weapon. I can shoot this bloody spider. Bit of firepower makes all the difference, son. Let's smoke this fool. See, now I can shoot him. Wow. What a difference. What a novel concept. I mean, I can't use a special attack, but at least I can fire on him. Am I doing damage? I don't think I'm hurting him. I think I had to shoot him in the mouth, but I can't get to him. I can't get to him. I don't know, man. I'm guessing I have to run underneath those legs, but it's gonna be tight, bro. I'd love to see someone that could do this. I really would. I'm sure there is some Japanese player out there that's like pro at this. That ain't me though. So it seems there's no way to fight that thing without getting underneath its legs and shooting it from underneath. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I can think about it. I can think happy thoughts, but that's about as close as I'm gonna get. Damn, I keep forgetting about that. I mean, the good thing about this is actually I'm going to have to dig out my old R-Type games and play them on the cabinet. Oh, come on. I was trying to kill that, the bobble alien. The one that shoots little bobble things. Alien does kind of remind me a bit of Bobble. It's annoying, causes me grief, and it has a giant head. I didn't mean that. Especially because Mr. Bobble watches these sometimes, so be careful. Gotta be nice. Oh, come on. It's too much. Too much projectiles, too much enemies. Think I may have to admit defeat. This game's beaten me. Don't do that often, but might be one I'll have to come back to in another stream. But I mean, I don't want to just hate on the game. I don't think I am hating on the game. I'm just being honest. What would I do to improve the experience? Well, number one, scrap the pod system of shooting the pod out. That's the single worst design decision in the game. Number two, if you can't do that, add the ability to rotate your ship left and right. Number three, the game needs more variety in ships and weapons. Some sort of super weapon that clears the screen. That's pretty standard in most games. Now, obviously, you'd have to implement that in a way that's not going to break the game's difficulty. Number four, no bosses that exist on the wrong side of the screen, away from where your craft is headed. Because it means, or at least have a window where the boss is stunned, where you can at least move into a position to attack. Because this boss is you're on the wrong foot straight out the gate. There's no way to damage it, and unless you get a perfect run and get all the pods, and you manage to get a weapon that can. And even when I did that, the boss's weak points are underneath him, so I still have to get underneath him somehow by some miracle. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but. Number four, weapons. They're just... The standard laser you've got is so comically underpowered, it feels like a children's toy. Like, against most enemies, especially on the first level, you're like shooting space debris. It takes like 50 shots to kill one enemy. Even with the weapon upgrades, the weapons feel very underpowered. So there you go. I mean, there's some constructive criticism. It sounds like I've been poo-pooing on the game, and maybe I have given it a bit of a harder thrift than I usually do. But these games are kind of my bag. Like, I like them. So when I see one that I think needs a bit of improvement, I have to mention it. Like I like a challenge. I've played. If you have a look at my YouTube channel, I played Android Junos, I played Ganryu. Bullet hell games are not something that I'm a stranger to. Don't claim to be the greatest player out there, but I think I'm better than average just by virtue of me having played so many of these games. And you either have a game that's difficult by design, or difficult by the fact that the game's actually challenging. Whereas I think a lot of this game's difficulty comes from the fact that they've made some really strange design choices. So it feels artificial. It's not hard because, the game is hard, but it's not just hard because, you know, it's challenging, it's hard because the developers made a bunch of really crazy design decisions that I don't really get, especially when these games, like, these have been around for 20 years, so, yeah, I don't know why you change stuff like this. I get, like, changing things up to make it interesting, but if you're gonna make a homage to R-Type, you have to at least keep, you know, the base game mechanics the same. I mean, one of my favourite games was, it was a game on the Nintendo, so the original Nintendo. It was called Life Force, and it was very much an R-Type homage. It was R-Type. It was R-Type. Oh, bloody hell! See what I mean? You got to get near perfect to get the. I'm trying to get the weapon upgrade. I should just say bugger it and forget it. I'm just gonna not bother getting them. Yeah, and Life Force was really good, and it had all the stuff that is in this game. It had, you know, your pods on the front of the ship. In that game, they were stationary, so you could have a pod on the front of the ship, and it just stuck there. And it made all your weapons more powerful, and it was great because it was just a shield that you could use. But the problem here is that also in that game you could change weapons. So I mean, I've got these different weapons, but I can't change the direction of my fire on the fly. You know what I mean? Like, if I could shoot a missile behind me, or just on you know, on a whim. But that's the thing, like, okay, see, I've got this beam weapon. That's nice. Still, can't fire behind me. Well, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't try that. But again, there's nothing in the game that has like a, you know, a screen clearing bomb or something you need to use in a pinch. That's what this game needs. Damn it. I'm gonna try and use the different special attack on the boss, but yeah, like having a special attack you can shoot behind you, or some consumables, some bombs or something, maybe a shield that soaks up damage, like a 360-degree shield you can just turn on temporarily for a second or two if you get to a hard spot. Like, there's all this stuff you could add. Again, I'm mentioning all this so I'm not just, you know, being... I know I've been a little bit critical on this game, so I'm trying to add some constructive feedback too. I just want to shoot behind me. I just want to be able to shoot behind me. That's it. Like, every time I get killed, it's because I have to maneuver the ship so I can go around an enemy to shoot him. Like, just have a rear attack. And I don't mean an upgrade. I mean, you have the ability to fire something behind you. It doesn't have to be constant like this, but just have the ability to shoot one grenade or one rocket or something so you're not helpless. You can, most space shooters, you can change directions on the fly of fire. I guess I've kind of been spoiled, so I haven't played a lot of these old school games, so I get that it's trying to emulate the original. So, you know, warts and all, so... I get that, but it still hurts. Oh, come... Bro. I'm going to try and get to the boss and give it one more try, and then we're going to have to move on to the last game. I know this probably wasn't the greatest showing of the game, just given my current level of skill. But I think it gave it some pretty good feedback. I just hope the devs take it in the spirit it was offered, and we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, with me, I find the developers and publishers respond one of two ways. They're either like, okay, yeah, you make some fair points, you know, room for improvement, or I never want to speak to you again. We never want to work with you again. So I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. But that being said, the developer who I worked with for the first few games he streamed tonight, that was an example of a developer I actually was very critical of. When Oasis first came out, it was actually pretty bug-laden. And me and Cal, when we played it, I made a spreadsheet. Like, you know, being a software tester, I'm like, oh, well, I'll make a spreadsheet of all the issues with the game, similar to what I did with this. And I'm like, look, I would do this and this and this and this. These are the areas where the game falls short. These are the areas where we're frustrated. And I fully expected the developer would just tell me to go pound sand and never have anything to do with me again. And that's why I was like really pleasantly surprised when they reached out to me and they were like, oh yeah, okay, have a look at our next game. I cannot get that. It is bloody impossible. Also, like some sort of dash move in this game. Like I know this stuff wasn't in the original R-Type, but this is a remake, right? Or a modern upgrade for the game. Having some way to dash or shield yourself temporarily, especially if you don't want to give the person the ability to shoot in both directions by default, you kind of need it. And I'm not talking about something that's permanent, like have it turn on for half a second. Have it on a charger or on a timer or something so that people can't abuse it. But you can see, like, look how much and how much punishment enemies take. How many shots it takes for some enemies to go down, like I know you've got this charge attack for your beam, but it feels like most of the time I'm just sitting here with this thing charged, never knowing when to fire it or not, so... Anyway, I'm going to stop. I think... part of it is, yeah, I'm a little grumpy on some of the decisions, so... I hope it was constructive. I guess I'm kind of a bit picky when I come to my space shooters because I have fond memories of these, and I've played the original R-Type. Not all of them, but I played the original R-Type games, the arcade one and the one on Nintendo, and Life Force, which was heavily inspired by R-Type. So. And Andro Junos. So, you know, I know my way around a space shooter. I played quite a few. So, I'm not trying to kill them things anymore. It's impossible. I'm just gonna avoid them. I'm just gonna run away. No wait, 0 lives. I'll start again. Anyway. We've got one more game after this, another shooter. I think I kind of like the vibe of that shooter a little better than this. I think it's probably just due to personal taste than anything. We have one last go at this boss. We didn't do too bad. We made it to level 4. Like, I was worried the whole stream I'd be sitting there struggling to make it past the first level, but we're locked in and we got a fair way through the game. Granted, I probably need to give this one another crack. Maybe spend a bit more time, especially if the developer updates it. There we go. I should have just done that to start with. Oh no, now I'm trapped. Bloody hell. I'm bloody trapped. Because of those stupid units that can cover the screen in those balls. Bro. Trapped by balls. Oh, well, that worked. Overheat. It was a bit of a risk, but... that was definitely worth the risk. Let's go, baby. I'm just going to try hypers on this thing. Because this thing doesn't seem to have any oh, I can't hit it. Bloody hell. Gotta wait for it to jump. Jump, 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 jump. Come on. Let's go. I can't get under it. Look at the clearance. It's bugger all. One more try. That clearance is... it's not enough for a ship. Even if I was flush with the wall, I haven't got enough room to get through. That didn't count. Okay, I've just got to abuse the hell out of that hyper beam. That didn't count either. Anyway, the next game is actually a co-op one, and I have got some playtest keys, so I'm going to give them out to the guys and see if they like them. It's only a demo at this point. It's like really early, but they did reach out to me and said if I covered the demo, they'd shoot me a full version of the game. And I like the game kind of has a bit of like a punk rock aesthetic. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. So they sent me the demo and I thought, oh, we'll try it on stream and see if it's any good. There we go. Oh, you... the clearance there is it is infinitesimally small. Like 1 pixel out and you're dead. Bro. I don't like admitting when a game's defeated me, but I think this game has actually defeated me. I can't... not without a lot more work. I think I have to go away and play this a fair bit before I can do this. Bro, what even hit me, bro? I have to go there to shoot it. This game is felting me. How did that not kill it? That was a direct hit. Stenographer, play it back. Play it back. I want to see the footage of that. That was a hit. That 100% was a hit. Even if it's not, I've observed how those shots work. You only have to get, like, even if you're a tiny bit off, it still kills everything. Okay, I'm going for a direct hit. Look, that 100% that hit. 110% that hit. There's no doubt I got that. Okay, I'm going all out. Full, this thing's overloaded. There we go. Overkill, I don't care. Plain dirty works in this game, so that's what I'm gonna do. There we go. What even hit me? What even hit me, bro? Tell me what hit me. Okay. Full power. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm going hyper shot. I don't know if I can hit anything with this, but I'm going to bloody try. Nah, no good. Look, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Last try. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. This is a new game that's come out, so I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something that I'm not getting, or I think the thing that's frustrating me is that it's, again, as I've said, I like a game to be difficult because it's designed to be difficult, not because the developers made some really odd decisions. I mean, if this was the first in the genre, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But this is something that, like, space shooters have been around for... I didn't count. Space shooters have been around for decades. And I get innovation, but, like, changing something that's so core to the... and changing several things just so core to these sort of games with any sort of explanation, I can't understand it. That didn't count. That's just the game being regarded. Alright, oh wait. Alright. Congratulations, game, you win. I can't do it. I can't do it. This game's too hard for me. And I'm going to have to do a bit of practice. I'm man enough to admit when I'm not quite there yet with the game difficulty. I mean, look, to be fair, the game is designed to be hard. I'm not going to rehash, what I've been saying for the last couple of hours, but, I guess the only thing I will say is I hope the developer... I understand it's kind of not my cup of tea with some of the design decisions. I do like the game; it's a lot of fun. But the problem is I've played a lot of similar games like this, and some of the changes I'm just not a big fan of. It's that simple. Other people might like them. I really wish there was a way to, and a lot of these changes just be really simple as a toggle, like just turn them on or off. But yeah, in this current state, it's hard. Like, I'm going to say I still recommend it because it is a fun game at its core. I think it's just some of the stuff that if you played a lot of space shooters, I think you're going to be a bit frustrated with, especially if you like them a certain way. But for me, yeah, I think at the moment I'm going to have to go back and do a bit more practice on this. I realize some of the problem might be I've only spent probably about 5 or 6 hours playing the game before the stream, but that's usually what I do with all the games I stream. I spent the same amount of time on all the other games, apart from the ones I actually finished before the 5-hour mark. But yeah, it's just, maybe it's one of those games you just need it's like a Souls-like game. You just need to spend a couple of dozen hours just kind of understand the mechanics. But on the other side of things, I play these games a fair bit. I've got an arcade machine sitting in my office, so I am kind of used to these type of games, and that's why I'm a bit frustrated with some of the changes. But I've got one more game, another arcade shooter. I think one that I'm a little bit more at home with, a little bit more skilled at, so we're going to give that a try. It is a co-op game, so I'm going to give it a try, and if it looks pretty solid, which I think it does, maybe we'll try it out with the boys. But look, thank you to the guys over at the development team at PR Hound. And I hope you take the game feedback in the spirit it's offered. Me, as someone that plays these games a lot, that just wants to see more of these types of games made, but to keep the spirit of the original ones. But anyway, we're going to move on to the last game of the night.